The extreme weather has been affecting most parts of the island today. We now have Newsfirst Nadeem Majid from Newsfirst Weather Centre to bring us a comprehensive report on the extreme weather condition affecting the island. Nadeem, over to you.
Thank you, Arundhati. Well, rains have been affecting much of the island. Just as you said, the Met Department noted that some parts of the island had received rainfall of 145 millimeters, quite substantial. Rains and strong winds that commenced in Colombo early this morning are still persisting. Of course, people in Colombo, if you're still on the road, many of the roads are inundated as well due to the persisting rainfall. If you look at the map behind me here, you see that what started out, this little blob of clouds here, what started out as an atmospheric disturbance has now intensified into a low pressure system. But the Met Department is forecasting that it will move in a northwards trajectory out of Sri Lanka. The Indian Meteorological Department has forecasted that it will enter Tamil Nadu by the 17th morning, on the morning of the 17th, between Pamban and Nagapatnam. However, tomorrow in Tamil Nadu, they'll be having state assembly elections. Rains have been forecast for tomorrow as well. So it'll be interesting to see what effect, if any, the rains will have on voter turnout. Meanwhile, fishermen around the coast have been asked not to set out to sea for the next 24 hours and possibly extended due to rough seas. The Met Department has forecast gusts of up to 70 to 80 kilometers per hour, which could cause swells and choppy waters. The Bandaranaike International Airport has said that the adverse weather conditions have not affected flights as yet. Flights are running to schedule. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Defence has asked the public to inform the ministry, inform the various authorities of possible disaster situations that could arise in various parts of the island. Issuing a communique, the ministry added that several contact numbers have been introduced for this purpose. The operations room of Army headquarters can be contacted on 0112 434 251 and 0113 818 578. Operations room of the Sri Lankan Navy can be contacted on 0112 445 368, 0112 212 230 and 0112 212 231. The operations room of the Air Force can be contacted on 0112 343 970 and 0112 343 971. The Ministry of Defence said that if these numbers are unreachable, the nearest police station, divisional secretariat or disaster management centre could be informed of the matter. Shonel Pereira joins us from the field now with the latest.
Thank you very much, Nadeem. As much as the rains have affected the other parts of the island, Colombo too has severely been affected by these heavy showers. These heavy showers have caused much hindrances to transport systems and road travel. During the course of today, we were able to speak to a number of individuals across the island and looked into the difficulties they face on the current weather situation, and were able to see that they too face similar issues in transport systems and carrying out their day-to-day activities. Meanwhile, the Met Department has said that the general public need be cautious on possible lightning activity. Reporting to you from Colombo, I'm Shonel Pereira, News First.
That's Shonel Pereira braving the rain and the winds to bring us the latest from the streets of Colombo. Meanwhile, the National Building Research Organisation has issued landslide warnings for 8 districts.
The head of the Landslide Research and Risk Management Division of the National Building Research Organisation, RMS Bandara, said that the warnings have been issued for the Kandy, Ratnapura, Kurunagala, Kegol, Monragala, Badulla and Nuwara districts. Landslide warnings have been issued for Passara, Badulla, Haliyala, Alla, Bandarawala, Uvaparnagama, Haldumulla, Lunugala and Walimada in the Badulla district, while in the Monragala district warnings have been issued for the Badalkumbura area. Landslide warnings have also been issued for Tumpane, Udapalata, Pasbage, Ududumbara, Madadumbara and Gangawata Korale in the Kandy district. Landslide warnings have been issued in the Ratnapura district for Ayagama, Ahaliyagoda, Kiriyalla, Ratnapura, Balangoda, Kuruvita, Kalawana, Nivitigala, Palmadulla, Alapata, Opanayaka, Waligapula, Kahawatta, Godakawela, Kolonna and Ibulpe. Landslide warnings have also been issued for Mawatagama, Ridigama and Malwarapitiya in the Kurunagala district, while in the Nuwara district warnings have been issued for Walapane, Hanguranketa, Kotmale and Ambagamuwa. The NBRO adds that landslide warnings have been issued for Daraniyagala, Dehiyovita, Ruwanwalla, Yatiyantota, Bulatkohupitiya, Aranayaka, Kegol and Galigamuwa in the Kegol district and Rattota, Ukuwela and the Matale town in the Matale district.
Rains and gale force winds could be experienced in most parts of the island and in sea areas in the next 24 hours. The north, north-central, central and northwestern provinces and southwestern parts of the island will continue to experience rainfall between 100 and 150 millimeters at times. Sudden gusts of 70 to 80 kilometers per hour may be experienced in sea areas, causing swells and rough seas.
Our reporters at the Newsfirst Weather Centre have informed us just now that 7 sluice gates of the Daduroya Reservoir have been opened by 10 inches each owing to the heavy showers that are being experienced. The Director of the Water Management Unit of the Department of Irrigation, S. Mohan Raja, is urging those residing in low-lying areas around the reservoir to be extremely cautious. Now, the city of Colombo has been lashed by strong winds and rains since early this morning. Let's take a look at what's going on right now.
The Department of Meteorology says that the Colombo district has received a rainfall of 76.4 millimeters. The Kalani River reached spill level, causing homes in the Devani, Navagampura and Kettarama Alutpar areas to flood. Vehicular movement in the Maligawat area was also hampered. The Sedavata Canal was at spill level as of this evening. Petta also received a considerable amount of rain today. The water levels of the Devana Oya, located close to the parliamentary complex, had risen by this evening. Large pools of water were seen close to the Suwata lane in Bellanvilla. Several homes in Delkandanugegoda were flooded, caused by a canal in the area overflowing. Residents of the Kumaratunga Munidasa Mavata in Tumulla were left in discomfort owing to the heavy downpours. The incessant rains were felt in areas close to the Nelumpokuna theatre as well. Low-lying areas in Narayanpeta were also inundated. Roads surrounding Torrington were also underwater. Meanwhile, several houses and roads down Mahabudgamur Temple Road were submerged underwater. The Kodikawad, the TC Road and the Hamwala roads were also underwater. Several areas including Vallampitiya, Vannavata and Brandiavata were inundated by the heavy downpours.
It's not just Colombo that has been affected by the extreme weather conditions. Let's take a look at the reports that were filed by our island-wide network of correspondents.
The highest rainfall of 145.8 millimeters during the past 24 hours was recorded in the Pothuwil area. 2 houses have caved in due to the heavy rains in the Puak Kodamulla area in Balbulda district. Vehicular movement on the Allavallavaya road was hampered due to rock slides. 26 families who were evacuated due to the threat of landslides in the Pettigala mountains in Balangoda a few days ago are facing severe difficulties due to the heavy rainfall in the area. We have no way of preparing our meals here. We don't have sanitary and water facilities. A lot of people here are sick. We can't live like this. 25 houses were inundated as the water levels of the Madhuganga increased. Transportation between Badigama and Gaul was hampered as the Gaul-Badigama main road was flooded. Our correspondent stated that several low-lying areas were inundated due to the rise of water level in the Gingaga. Our correspondent reported that frequent showers were experienced in Gaul, Ahangama and Habaraduwa last night. Rainfall was reported in Ambalantota and Thalpe, Kahavanna in this manner. Fishermen along the Gold Coast did not set out to sea today. Heavy rains also lashed Galin Bindanuava and Kakirava in Anuradhapura. The water levels of several reservoirs, including Huruluvava, have risen due to the heavy rainfall. Meanwhile, a temple in the Adampane area in Nochiyagama was damaged by lightning. Continuous rainfall was experienced in the Gampar district during the past 24 hours. The water level of the Athanagalla Oya has risen as a result of the incessant rain.
මේ වර්ෂාව දිගටම පැවතියොත්
The district secretary informed us that the area will flood if this weather condition prevails. To avoid such a situation, all anecuts in the Gampaha area have been opened.
කිරීම සඳහා මේ වනටත් ගම්පහ සියලු අමනු විවෘත කර තිබෙනවා.
96 persons from 18 families from the Suryakanda estate in Muskelia have been evacuated to safer locations due to the threat of landslides. Officials have informed those living along the Mahavali River to be vigilant as 4 sluice gates of the Upper Kotmale reservoir have been opened. During the past 24 hours, the Nuwareli district has received rainfall of 39 millimeters. Several houses in the Nuwareli town centre were damaged due to an earth slip. Several houses in the Gatakulava area in Hanguranketha were damaged due to an earth slip. Our correspondent stated that the damage was caused by the collapse of a haphazardly built wall. Meanwhile, a cab had veered off the road in the Digana Mahavali village along the Kandi Mayangane main road. 7 sluice gates of the Dadru Oya have been opened by 3 feet each. Meanwhile, the Dadru Oya has broken its banks in Chilao. Our correspondent stated that several low-lying areas in the Chilao town and many roads have been inundated as a result. 38 houses in Nallaruva, Panadura have been damaged due to strong winds that swept across the area. Transportation was hampered when a bridge on the Kataragama-Monragala main road collapsed.
Well, the forecast for the moment is more rain until that low pressure system starts moving northwards towards India. Meanwhile, our reporters here at the Newsfirst Weather Centre are working around the clock to keep you up to date. More news coming up after the break.